Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and welcome to my review of the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. Now, after my world's shortest Galaxy S6 Edge unboxing, which I'll leave a link to in the video description, I thought I'd give you a more in-depth review of this new smartphone. And in fact, this very intro that you've been watching has been recorded in full 4K resolution with the Galaxy S6 Edge. Now let's take a closer look at the smartphone itself. So here it is. This is the Galaxy S6 Edge from Samsung, the very smartphone that recorded the introduction to this video in full 4K resolution. Now, for all intents and purposes, this is identical really to the Samsung Galaxy S6 in all of its feature set, except that of course this has got a curved edge display on both the left and right hand sides, and it's also got a slightly higher rated battery. All of the other specifications are exactly the same: 16 megapixel camera on the rear with an f1.9 aperture, an optical image stabilization, also the LED flash and heart rate sensor, and then on the front we've got a 5 megapixel front facing camera, a really gorgeous QHD Super AMOLED display with that dual curve that I mentioned earlier, and also an octa-core processor, and everything else you'd expect from a modern day smartphone. Now, this curved display, is it a gimmick or is it useful? Well, with regards to functionality, you can set the active edge to either the left hand side or the right hand side, and it allows you to gain access to notifications, a clock feature as well, and also quick access to your favourite contacts. And that's pretty much it. There's not a lot else available for it at the moment, but perhaps in the future we will see it being utilised more. Apart from the actual functionality where you can swipe things in from the edge of the display, it also means that we've got a very tapered design to the Galaxy S6 Edge, which is very comfortable to hold. In fact, this is one of the most comfortable and one of the most premium feeling Galaxy smartphones that I've ever tested. And that goes all the way back to the very first generation of the Samsung Galaxy range. Now, across the bottom edge, you can see here it does look very familiar. Of course, people are saying that this looks like an iPhone 6, and yes, it does. We've got the 3.5mm audio jack, we've got the micro USB connector, the microphone, and of course the speaker. And then across the sides of the phone, we have got the power on off button on one side, and then the volume up and down on the other side. Across the top edge, we've also got that SIM card tray. And that's pretty much it. That's all you can gain access to, is that SIM card tray. There's no user exchangeable battery. There's no memory upgrades by way of a micro SD card. You have to decide what memory capacity you want when you actually purchase the smartphone. Well, that's not too hard a decision really, because the Galaxy S6 Edge comes in either a 64GB version or 128GB, and either of those two should be plenty of capacity for most users. Now let's take a look at the screen. This is a Quad HD Super AMOLED screen with that dual curve, and it looks really very nice indeed. The actual resolution is superb. You really cannot see any pixels even when you bring it up close to your face. It's really something that Samsung do extremely well, is quality displays. With regard to performance, well, I have seen some lag when transitioning between screens, swiping and using various applications. There is the occasional stutter, and that's not really acceptable for a flagship phone. So let's push that negative off to one side and have a look at one of the areas where this particular smartphone does very well, and that's with regards to the camera. The camera performance for both video and photo capture is amazing. Super detailed photos, and just a colour accuracy and tonal range that is just really excellent. I can't sing the praises enough of the quality of this smartphone camera. In fact, I've said for a long time that I think that the iPhone 6 and indeed the iPhone 6 Plus, which you can actually see on the screen here, is the best camera smartphone available. But with the Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge that I've got here, I think that Samsung have certainly gone to the top of the pile. The performance of the camera on this is absolutely amazing. Now you want to know about battery life. Well, Battery life is good for the most part. You can see here I'm currently on 93%. But if you are using your camera either for capturing photos or indeed video in either 1080p or 4K resolution, the battery does go down very, very quick indeed. So if you're going to use this for a lot of photo and video work, carry around a spare sort of battery top-up device like an external battery. I happen to have one here, and then you can actually top up on the go. This particular one, this one from Phone Salesman, is actually an external battery pack, so I can keep this topped up whilst I'm out and about. It also offers up wireless charging as well, which of course is available in the Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge as standard. So you've got that sort of added flexibility of being able to charge wirelessly. It doesn't take too long to charge. You can get a really good capacity on this in quite a short period of time. So you can forgive it for having not the ideal battery life when you're using the camera. But for most general use, I would say a medium to heavy user would just about get through a whole day with a combination of looking at emails, maybe playing back a few videos and taking a few photos and videos throughout the day. So I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about cases and protecting your Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, because a lot of people, when they get a nice premium smartphone like this, they want to keep it looking really nice. I have actually got a flexible screen protector already on this, and I'll just quickly show you the packaging. This is the Spigen FlexHD. You actually put this on wet, so you spray the screen protector and then very carefully push out all of the wetness and all of the bubbles from the edges, trying not to get it into the various speakers and around the home button. And then you're left with a really nice full coverage screen protector. So that's a really nice way of protecting the screen. I also picked up a couple of cases to test. You can see one on your screen now. This is one from Rath USA. This is their RINGKE case, and this protects not only the back of the phone and the sides, but also gives you port covers for the 3.5mm audio jack and the micro USB connector. So back to the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. And do I like it? Well, yeah, I do. This is a really good performer. I still can't forgive it the small lags and the screen stutters considering the specifications of the smartphone, but for the most part it performs really well. I've used it for the likes of my Twitter and my Instagram, also for using various other applications, and it really has pleasantly surprised me. The experience from the very latest version of Google Android, albeit with the TouchWiz interface overlay on top, is very pleasant indeed. And also take into account that Samsung have really changed the TouchWiz interface to not get in the way so much. They've simplified it a lot, and it really is a pleasure to use. With regard to would I purchase this instead of an iPhone, my iPhone 6, which I use on a daily basis, let me just bring it into shot for you, is my favourite smartphone, and it still is. I'm within the Apple sort of ecosystem, but if we were putting these side by side and having to choose for the very first time, I must say that the camera performance on this would win it for me. I'm very much into my photography and my videography, and if I had to choose between the two, I could live within the Android ecosystem very, very easily indeed, and I would indeed choose the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. But alas, my platform of choice is iOS and Mac OS X on my desktop and laptop, so for me I would probably still choose an iPhone 6 to purchase. But if it was a fresh purchase and I wasn't dependent upon one ecosystem or another, then the Galaxy S6 Edge would indeed get my purchase. It's a really svelte looking smartphone, superbly made with great performance, and most important of all, it's got that fantastic quality camera. So, thanks very much for watching. Hope this has given you some insight into how I've been using the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, its quality, the pros, and of course the cons. Please do hit that like button, and I'll see you all in the next one.